Hello there, peeps. Um, this is a kind of impromptu video. It was just very, I wanted to get some stuff off my chest. I'm gonna start out, preface this by saying this. I love this country. I love the United States of America. I feel like I have it better off here than most other countries, you know. I'm not talking countries like Iraq, Iran, pretty much the Middle East. But, and this country, I believe there have been points we have progressed, we have the technology we have now, minorities and women can vote, but there's a lot of ways I still believe we're still backwards and regressed. First of all, why is marijuana still illegal? Why? I mean, look at it like this. Look at Colorado. It is making bank off weed being legal. And it hasn't, personally, I've heard that marijuana intakes actually kind of went down because of it. And, I mean, why are we still being retarded about marijuana? Why isn't it legal? I don't see what the issue is. Study after study proves it has medical benefits. Why? It's not rocket science. It's not complicated. But you got these politicians and these people who programs like DARE, who try to defame it and say it's illegal. It kills brain cells. Shut the fuck up. You're part of the problem. I mean, this video isn't a weed video. It's just, I believe it's one of the things I believe we're still retarded in. I could use the same argument against alcohol, I heard a video, I heard a story that really pissed me off. Two parents got their daughter taken away. Why? Because they were smoking marijuana. And they were put into a foster family. That foster mother ended up murdering that daughter. Ended up beating her to death. Why? Because of our stupid marijuana laws. If you don't like it for whatever reason, I don't get why politicians don't like it for financial reasons. Look at Colorado, like I said earlier. Colorado's making money off of it. Making bank and revenue. If America did that, I think our economy would be a lot better. That's one of the ways we're still backwards in. And these story after story about police brutality, which nothing's being done about it. I mean, the whole Mike Brown thing. The cop who killed Eric Garner's not getting charged. What are we doing about that? It's like now every fucking week it's a new story about someone getting killed by a cop or police brutality or whatever. It's like, what happened, man? That's one of the ways I still feel like we're being affected. What else? I mean, there's so many instances. Political correctness. These politicians. We're still in this cat and mouse game between Democrats and Republicans, which both sides are fucking phony, by the way. Both sides are phony, in my opinion. I don't identify as Republican. I don't identify as a Democrat either. Because neither of them care about the country itself. They just care about what's in their fucking wallet. They just want the money at the end of the day. They say they want what's best for the people. They don't know what's best for the people. They want what's best for themselves. But no, people still vote. And I'm not saying I'm against voting, but you're voting for someone who's because that's all the presidency is. It's just a giant propaganda game. That's literally what the presidential election is. Because you look at it, the presidency is literally just a title at this point. It's like in name only. He has no real power. I mean, look at Obama. I voted for Obama. I was a big Obama supporter in 2008, even 2012. But then these last few years, what has he done? Let's be real, people. What has he done? I mean, okay, killed Bin Laden. That's it. And then the immigration thing, which I respect. I'm all for. I ain't gonna admit it. I used to be somewhat. If you broke in this country, you should be sent back. I used to have that somewhat view. I'm more believe. I mean, people are just coming here to get a better life. They're not everyone's coming here to be a fucking criminal, like the Republicans like to say. They just want to make a living here. I'm all for that. But other than those two things, what has Obama done? He's a fucking pussy. I mean, he's afraid to make a move, but people, we can't. But a lot of the argument is, well, we have to blame Congress, which okay. But at the same time, you can only do that for so long. Sometimes you gotta take the blame, because after 2016, Obama really, in my opinion, I think he's just waiting he's just waiting for the 2016 election. He's kind of just waiting there until his time is up, pretty much. I mean, it's been, 6 years since he's been elected the first time, and then 2 years since being re-elected. And at the end of the day, Obama's really only going to be remembered as the first black president, and that's it. And I don't think that's a good thing. I mean, that is a good thing, but at the same time, that's it. He's not going to really be remembered for being great. Like, you look at Lincoln, look at the presidents we've had before. Kennedy, he was one of the great presidents. Lincoln freed the slaves, the Emancipation Proclamation, the speeches, the Gettysburg Address, and Bill Clinton was even remembered. Even though, George Washington, first president, leader in the Revolutionary War. I can name a bunch of presidents and they have more feats. Bush is I still regard as one of the worst presidents we've ever had. So I gave Obama a pass the first time, because, Bush literally fucked this country. But, what else are we still regressed in? In a lot of ways, you still have some of these religious people. I'm gonna say this before too. I don't hate all religious people. I don't really have a problem with religious people in general. You can be as religious as you want. But when you have these religious people try to teach religion in public school, you try to tell me that evolution didn't happen. Come on. We still have somewhat draconian laws in, like, the marijuana laws, like I just said. What else is wrong with America? There's so many. Oh, we have a habit of, instead of looking for solving a solution for the real problem, we just like to just point fingers. Like, during Columbine, even though the Columbine shooting, the shooters even really admitted why they did it, because they were bullied. No, they decided to blame Marilyn Manson. Or we have a habit of blaming video games for violence, or blaming television, or blaming guns, which I will say this too. I'm not a guns rights activist or anything, but to tell me that the gun itself is the problem, no, it's not. The real problem is mental health, but we're ignoring it because we just want to point fingers. Because that's the problem with America. They're so quick to, a lot of Americans, in my opinion, they just like to point fingers instead of actually finding a solution. You want to blame violence? Hell, I've watched violence really in movies and television and video games really since I was a kid, like when I was really younger. And I'm not going out shooting people. It's the people themselves. It's the mental health, which I think that's really the problem, in my opinion. I think that's the real problem. But no, we don't want to look for the problem, because us Americans are just retarded and fucking retarded. We don't want to look for a solution because it's too complicated. Like I said, politicians aren't helping. I mean, I love this country. Like, I'm gonna say this too. I love this country, but there's just so much about it I fucking hate. You know, you got some of these states that says religious have the right to not serve gays. Like, why? Because you don't respect their sexuality? Okay, if someone's gay, fine, whatever. Why do you give a fuck? Why is that still an issue in 2014? I don't get it. You know, like, why is that still an issue? That shouldn't be an issue. It should just be, okay, you're gay, but I should... Why should you refuse to serve them? They're giving you fucking money! Isn't that what you want as a business owner? At the end of the day, if I was a business owner, I just want the money. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're gay, black, or whatever. They just want your money. Isn't that what you want? But no, you refuse to serve them just because their sexuality. I mean, it's not in all states, but in certain states. It's like, man, I don't get that at all. And then the courts are fucking rigged. I mean, it's not made to help anybody, in my opinion. Like I said, the police, the courts are all rigged. It's all... I mean, like I said, I talked about it in other videos. My feminist ones, look at the misproportions of child custody laws and divorce laws. And the courts side with the woman more. And this is not a feminism, right? It's just, I just wanted to make that point. But I mean, you know, I have a feeling. I think America, eventually we will get our shit. Hopefully we will fix our shit. Because that's what I want, you know. I just want America to get better. And I think it will. It will take a while. You know, oh, another thing, the media. You got stations like Fox News who misportions the news rates just for views. They want to make things bigger. Look at the whole Trayvon Martin case last year. Like, they wanted to turn that into a media frenzy just for views. That's all. That's why I don't trust the media. That's why we really watch the news. Because they just want fucking views. They don't care about the actual case. They just want to turn everything into a soap opera. Just for fucking views. And then, oh, another marijuana people. Another typical anti-marijuana argument. What about the children? You know what? Fuck that. Seriously. That's a fucking crutch. Because I can use the same thing with alcohol. You know, like, oh, alcohol, like, you just educate your kids, and then some way, oh, in sex, you know. Why is, in some ways, I don't believe we're very Victorian about sex still. I don't get that. In some states, you know, like, I heard a case where a 10-year-old was getting convicted because he, you know, was sexting. I mean, I'm not saying sexting's right, but just educate your kids on sex. Why is that such a taboo subject? So why are we so scared about sex? Come on now. It's 2014. They're gonna, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can make the argument they're gonna learn about it anyway on the internet, so might as well you just tell them and sit your kid down and be like, you know what? And I mean, yeah, do it at a reasonable age. I'm not saying teach them at a very, very young age, but I'm just saying, because they're gonna learn the hard way. You know, why are we so scared? And I think that's the problem with America in general. We're kind of scared of everything. Like, get over yourself. Come on, America. Wake up. I just want to get that rant off my chest. But yeah, I guess that's the end of my rant. And tomorrow I will be doing a WWE review, like year review, in review. I don't know how long that video will be, but I'll see you then. Until then, guys, I am signing off. Peace.